What's up guys, it's Balto here. Today we got a similar video as one we did a while back with SUB+LIKE. We're going to be going over replay and for the OM Better Battler project, and we're going to be examining the guidelines that the thread actually gives us, and this thread will be in the description in case you guys decide to post. Your replay might get analyzed. So we'll be doing this replay from Paleo because I'm pretty sure somebody told me he wins this game. So like I said, the guidelines are on the thread, and we'll just be going over them before the game actually starts, and then I'll analyze later on some of the plays that were made. What do you view as the win con in this matchup? I would definitely say Metacham and Breloom, just because both of them have no switch-ins from Raj's team. Breloom, especially if it gets an SD up, it can quite literally clear AFD's team very fast. Hera as well as Keldeo could also be very threatening. There's no spec secret sword switch in minus Gyarados, so what are ways you can bring it in safely? You could honestly, Paleo could just lead his Metacham or his Breloom and come out with the kill turn 1, really. Metacham, the only thing he really have to worry about leading Metacham would be a Sharpedo lead, but usually that doesn't really happen on water. And Poleon's generally the water lead, and Metacham and Breloom beat it both 1v1. So, what is the biggest threat to your team on the opponent's team? Oh, I'm sorry, we skipped one. What are ways you can bring it in safely? We already discussed that. Okay. What is the biggest threat to your team on the opponent's team? I definitely say Gyarados. Gyarados as well as potentially Manphy and Sharpedo even. Just because Paleo's team has one Mach Punch user. So Sharpedo can clean late game easily if it gets the right speed boosts and if he shuts down Breloom early enough. Gyarados in general, if it's non-mega balanced, then it's going to put in a lot of work this game, and it's definitely going to be AFD's win con. How can said threat get a free switch? It doesn't really have a free switch, I guess. It could come in on Keldeo, but then it'd be risking a Skull Burn. So I wouldn't really say Gyarados even really has a free switch this game. Maybe on a Metacham Big Out or something. I don't know. How would you lead versus this person, assuming you don't already know what they lead? Okay, in this game I definitely just go with the Metacham lead, like I said earlier, as it threatens really all of Raj's team. He has no switch in. If he led Empoleon, you could straight HJK and just get a guaranteed kill turn 1. So I would definitely lead Metacham. Pick 2 to 3 turns where you would have made a different play and explain why. We're gonna definitely watch the replay first, and then we'll answer that question. So yeah, he does lead Metacham. I kind of predicted that, and Raj made a good read here, leading Keldeo, because that's going to threaten Metacham and essentially force it to switch after the fake out happens. So he'd probably go Keldeo, yeah. Raj does miss Hydro Pump, that's unfortunate. He's not choiced though, so he preserves the Keldeo, goes into Gyarados. I don't really know if I would have made that play. He did lock in the Secret Sword, but if he specs, it's going to do a lot to Gyarados, and we'll see if it's Mega or not this turn. Okay, so it is leftover, so that's fine, honestly. Essentially, if Gyarados gets +1 here, it's going to be quite threatening, so I'd say Paleo definitely has to switch here. He can't really bring a Cobalion unless he has Volt Switch, because these usually do run Substitute, and Cobalion has no chance of breaking the sub. If I was in this situation, I'd honestly probably directly bring in Heracross, just because it's able to Rock Blast and get super effective hits off. Oh, never mind, he's like a Metacham. So he's essentially double Scarf is what it looks like, and I don't know. Let's see. like Heracross does outspeed that Terrakion, so I would definitely go Heracross here, and that way he could just Stone Edge and then put it in Fake Out range. As for Raj, I think DD's just, or DD or Waterfall is what I would do, as he actually just Icy wins. He's not Choice Keldeo either, and Raj does go for a Waterfall. That's a smart play going for Icy Wind, because that does keep Gyara's speed down, and will prevent it from sweeping. Raj goes Lantern, that's definitely the right play. Lantern doesn't really do anything in this matchup except partially wall Leon. And it's gonna get a Volt Switch off, and he's gonna go into Manphy, looks like. And Paleo goes into his Medicham. Like I said, Medicham's extremely threatening, and he wins the tie and goes for HJ Kanedokos. So Medicham, like I said, definitely a win con. It really does destroy Raj's team, and the only thing Raj really could have done in that situation is either sat Keldeo or gone for a Scald Burn, and I'm guessing he just went for a Scald Burn. He's gonna bring in this Keldeo. I would just attack if I was in Paleo's situation, and he does. I don't know if he was in BP range or not. The Keldeo's at 12.7, so he might have been. I'm not entirely sure. I'd say I don't really know if Raj is in a pretty bad spot here, just because I think he's still in said Headbutt range, essentially. So if I was in Paleo spot, I would definitely just send Headbutt and put him in future Mock range or Fake Out range. And he goes to Cobalion, but like I said, if it doesn't have Volt Switch, then it's not going to do a whole lot to Gyarados. So this is a smart play by Raj by going into Lantern and just scouting for a stat or electric move. But he just set rocks, so yeah, that's I'd say that was definitely a little bit of a misplay by Paleo. It's a lure, I guess, but if Raj set up enough there, he could have easily won this game, I think. But I still think AFD made the right play by going to Lantern just to scout for Volt Switch, but he is LO Cobalion as well, so he might have had Volt Switch. But he's only using Focus Blast here. And Raj is he's gonna trade rocks as he brings in Cobalion. That's basically just to get rid of Breloom's Sash and allow him to get into a decent spot with Gyarados or potentially Sharpedo. I don't know if Mako could have Sharpedo or not. So he's gonna go for a speed boost. This is definitely his Mega, since he was regular Gyarados, and Mach Punch does kill. So I definitely say that's the game for Raj at this point. He doesn't really have anything for Breloom anymore, and everything he can bring in is 4 weak. And Keldeo's gonna die to Mach. Gyarados can just get bullet seeded, so it's not looking very good for Raj. In this situation, though, I would just DD and hope he gets like 2 hits on bullet seed. But he actually spored. That's interesting. So yeah, these late game turns didn't really matter too much. Like I said, I think it was this turn here, up here somewhere. Maybe I passed it already. And this turn right here is really where you kind of saw where Medicham was really key in the matchup, as it just O-coded Manaphy, and Manaphy was, like I said, one of Raj's potential threats. So definitely matchup goes to Paleo. Pick 2 to 3 turns where you would have made a different play and clearly explain why. Okay. Right here, I don't really know Paleo's moveset. It was this turn. I definitely passed. It was this turn right here. He set rocks on the Gyarados, and I really don't agree with that, just because assuming he doesn't have Volt Switch, that would have given Gyara a +2 opportunity, and at +2, Gyarados can clean the team, because I do think it gets a decent amount of leftovers recovery after 2 turns, which means it can sustain fake outs. So overall, that's one turn for sure. The second turn, I don't think I would have BP'd the Kelio. I'll actually calc and see how much Metacham does to a Kelio with BP. And it's gonna be it hits 12 to 14.5, so that was fine. I believe his Keld was at 12.5 or something. So assuming he got any type of decent roll, that was a fine play. I'd say here he said. I'd say it was probably. I don't think I would have challenged Raj's on Braylon with Sharpedo late game. I would have brought in Gyarados instead and forced a switch and then went for a few momentum kills, but that doesn't really matter, I guess. There wasn't a lot Raj could have done differently. Like I said, matchup just kind of came into effect here, but Paleo played this rather well when preserving his win cons, so that's it for today, guys. I'll see you later. More MPL games to come on the channel. Have a good one.